If you've seen my latest Olive Young global hauls, you might have wondered how I've been liking those products. So today I wanted to give you a little update on 4 Korean beauty products from my recent Olive Young hauls that I've really been loving. In case you don't know me yet, hi, my name is Ulrike. I'm a key beauty and skincare content creator and blogger. And I'm happy to have you with me on this skincare journey. So let's talk about 4 key beauty products that I'm slightly obsessed with. First up is a cleansing foam that I actually got as a little sample size, but because I've been loving it so much and because you only need a tiny bit, so the sample or travel size will probably last me forever, and I don't need the full size for now. I really wanted to talk about this one because, number one, it is and has been a viral and popular product in Korea for a really, really long time, yet most Western influencers just completely ignore it, number one. Number two, it's actually very, very affordable. And number 3, to me, this is one of those cleansers, foaming cleansers, that are basically a universally usable and recommendable cleansing product. So it kind of is like the hat trick of what you want from a cleanser. Oh, also super, super gentle. And it is this one. This green one, as I said, this is a sample size. I got this for free and it's huge actually. I think this is like 50 ml. I don't actually know. Yeah, 50 ml. I think the full size is 150 ml, so a third. And you really only need like that tiniest amount because it foams up really, really well. And this is the super popular ABIB Acne foam cleanser. I think it used to be called just the Heart Leaf cleansing foam. I'm pretty sure they changed the name. And this is from their Heart Leaf series, which is, at least in Korea, the most popular series. Their toner pads, those have been winning Olive Young awards and always been in the top 10, top 5 of the most popular toner pads in Korea, at least since the pandemic, if not before that. So for a really, really long time. Again, widely ignored brand in the West, ABIB, even though it is so fantastic and it is so, so popular in Korea. So the reason this is called the acne foam, and it's kind of mostly targeted towards people with oilier or acne prone skin, is because it contains a little bit of salicylic acid. So the idea is that it helps to clarify the skin, clean out the pores a little bit more thoroughly. Now, cleansers with salicylic acid, I've watched a couple of videos from chemists that say it actually can make a difference if you use those, because a lot of people say, oh, it washes off, so it doesn't do anything. But according to a couple of people who really should know, it can actually help. And this has also been my experience when I was still super, super oily. I don't really need acne targeting ingredients as much anymore, but sometimes due to my perimenopause, I do suddenly have random outbreaks, and sometimes I do still like to use either a PHA cleanser or a salicylic acid cleanser. Salicylic. This, to me, predominantly is a very sensitive, skin-friendly cleansing foam. It really has such a hyper gentle minimalist formula with not much in it. It also uses very, very gentle cleansing agents that nevertheless cleanse very thoroughly. However, despite the thorough cleansing agents, it does not strip the skin at all. In fact, my skin always feels super, super soft after I use this. The foam itself is also super, super soft. This is something I instantly noticed. This reminds me quite a lot of my all-time favorite cleanser from a K-beauty brand, which is of course the Be Plain Mung Bean cleanser. Now that one ranks at the top and will stand at the top, I think, probably forever. I have not yet found a cleansing product as good as this one, but this one, definitely at the moment in my solid top 5. It is so beautifully gentle. I really think pretty much all skin types can use it, except maybe very dry skin. This might be a tiny bit stripping, just because most foaming cleansers probably are. You probably do better with a cleansing milk. It contains Hutterinia cordata or hide leaf, which is very good for anti-inflammatory action. It also can help bring down redness. If you're redness prone, this is a great product. And also a couple of moisturizing and hydrating ingredients. And as I said, very gentle cleansing agents. It's fragrance-free, it's alcohol-free, as pretty much all ABIB products. And it's super affordable. So truly, this one, I would absolutely buy the full size. But as I said, I only need a tiny bit, and this will probably last me forever. I also have so many other cleansers to get through at the moment. But if you're looking for an affordable cleanser, a foaming cleanser that really works for pretty much all skin types, especially good, I would say, for teenage skin, acne-prone skin, combo skin, oily skin, anyone who has redness-prone skin. If you need something that doesn't cost too much, I think it's like $12 or something. This, to me, much better than the overhyped ANUA quercetin, I think it's called, cleanser, the green one. This one is much, much better. So I would always recommend this one, or the Be Plain one. 10 out of 10. Very, very happy with this one. Next up is a product from ANUA, actually. I know sometimes I'm critical of this brand, but when ANUA gets it right, they really get it right. This product, I'm very impressed with. It has been pretty influencer hype, but in this case, I feel the hype is actually justified. And it's this one. I don't know if you can even see it, because again, my lighting is still not great. I'm so sorry. It's still all very rudimentary. This is the ANUA 7 Plus, no, wait, what's it called? Rise 7 Plus Ceramide Hydrating Barrier Serum. I bought the toner from this series, I want to say a couple of months already ago. I feel I've had this for a while. I have hardly used that one. To be honest, the toner, I don't think it's one of the stronger Rise toners. I prefer the I'm From Rise toner or the very underhyped Beauty of Choson Rise toner, which is very, very good. However, the serum, that one gets a 10 out of 10. I really like this. And I remember being kind of skeptical and thinking, it's probably going to be one of those serums where it's fine. I've tried a lot of hydrating serum, transparent, sort of simple gel serums lately where I thought, it hydrates. And that's about it, you know? It's just something that I wouldn't necessarily get excited about, even though it does sort of the basic thing, but it does it for a price where I kind of expect more. This, quite affordable. And it really does work so well as not just a hydrating, but also very soothing, calming, barrier supporting and skin barrier boosting serum. The skin barrier supporting properties of this serum have really impressed me. I started using this when I experimented, as it were, with the VT Riedel Shot serum, the 300, which I'm still not sure if I like it, to be honest. At the moment, I prefer the lighter Medicube one, because it kind of it packs a punch. And my skin was a little bit overwhelmed when I used it for the first time. The next day, it was super red. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if that's normal or if it's just too strong, but it was a little bit out of whack. And then I used this and it instantly helped. It just kind of plumps and soothes and insta hydrates the skin. It really seems to just have this insta calming effect that really impressed me. What I also really like about it is that it seems to not only hydrate but also have slightly moisturizing in properties. And the reason for that is that it contains not just humectants, it also contains ceramides, and the rice bran extract that it contains also does have moisturizing and especially very soothing anti-inflammatory properties. This is a beautifully minimalist, really very carefully formulated serum that I feel works for again, just like the ABIB cleansing foam, pretty much any skin type that just has a bit of a problem with overreactivity or that has a damaged skin barrier. If your skin is kind of stressed out, again, if you have problems with your skin barrier being in any way, shape, or form compromised or damaged, if you want something that is really plumbing, if you have more dry skin and want a hydrating serum that also gives you a bit of moisturizing power, then I can really recommend this one. It is alcohol-free, fragrance-free. It really is very carefully formulated to work for sensitive skin. And as for the texture, it's very pleasant. Now, it is a little bit sticky. Not gonna lie, I'm always honest, even with the products that I hype. It is a little bit sticky. I found it quite similar, surprisingly, to the snail mucin essence from Cosrx. It has that same stringiness, probably from, I'm thinking, the rice extract. I don't know, but yeah, it has the same sort of slightly stringy and kind of a little bit sticky texture, but it does sink in really nicely, and it sinks in without any residue, which I can't say for the Cosrx. I've always found this name mucin essence I can only use at night because I always feel it gets a little bit too tacky. This does not have that same tackiness. So once it sinks in, and it doesn't take forever to sink in, just the first application, you kind of feel like, oh, will this work? It feels a little bit sticky, syrupy, but then it sinks in very fast and it does not leave any residue. So just don't be alarmed when you first use it and kind of think, oh, this might be a little bit too rich or too sticky. It still has a really elegant formula overall. And yeah, the plumbing, the calming, the skin barrier support, all of these really make it an excellent serum that I think works for pretty much any skin type. And next up is a tone up sunscreen that surprised me. I just recently ordered it from Olive Young after having tried out a little sample sachet, and I instantly fell in love with this one, which is not normal for me when it comes to tone up sunscreens. Most of them I don't like. I feel that most tone up sunscreens, even though I'm pale, still make me ghostly pale in a way that I don't find flattering. I know this is the Korean ideal. As a white person, I stay out of the colorism discourse because I just don't feel I'm the one who should talk about this. This is a conversation that I think people from Korea should have and should be the voices that we listen to. But I mean, I can't ignore the fact that it seems that they really like white, sort of like a white canvas before they put on their makeup. And usually they want the white cast in their tone-up creams. This sunscreen, this tone-up sunscreen, does not have the same sort of ghostliness. Now, I do have to say, you do have to be pale to like and use this one, I would say. This will probably not work on deeper skin tones, even though, again, I don't find it has the same sort of chalky whiteness that most tone-up creams have. If you are pink toned like me, I mean, I say pink tone, most of the time I'm red, but technically I have like a pink undertone. This is truly a heartfelt recommendation for you, because to me, this is the perfect pink, more sort of cool, neutral toned, do not want to be too glittery, and certainly don't want to be pasty white tone-up cream. Because the only thing it does is kind of enhance the natural pinkishness of the skin, and it really just has this sort of blurring effect that is like chef's kiss. And it is the Primera Repairing Cera-Capsule UV Protector Tone Up Priming. I also tried a sample of their regular sunscreen. I forgot the name, but it's like in a yellow bottle. That one's also very good, and I might actually get that one next. But the tone up cream, that to me is like the star that I don't think is on a lot of people's radar. First up, as I said, what I really like about it is that it just enhances and sort of blurs the smoothness of the skin without being too pasty. It gives a nice glow, but it does not have that shimmery glitter that most tone-up creams that I've tried, the sort of mica, a little bit too much for me at 46 sort of glitter. It just has a bit of a shimmer. And it looks very, very natural. I've been using this a lot when it was really, really hot here. Yes, it was hot in my part of Germany. I know it's raining everywhere, but we had a solid 2, 3, 4 weeks of almost 30 degrees almost every day and really sunny when I don't use any makeup. I just use this with a little bit of powder. It looks so nice. It looks very natural. It looks very flattering. It works very well if you have mature skin, just as a sort of everyday no makeup base. You can use it also as a primer. It works very well as a primer. I used it today under my makeup. So, and it does also work really well as a sunscreen. I wouldn't use it as your main sunscreen if you're out in the sun, but that's the same for all non-waterproof, non-sweat resistant sunscreens. You can go for the yellow one, which is just a regular chemical sunscreen. They're both chemical sunscreens. Primera has really impressed me. This is a very smooth formula. It feels really just like a regular moisturizer. Primera can be a little bit pricey, but I got a double pack of this for, I think, $34, which I think is pretty fair and pretty affordable. So highly, highly recommended for anyone with more cool tone skin and also pink undertones in particular. It works very, very well, and I love that it's just not as glittery, and certainly it does not create that chokiness that almost all tone-up sunscreens have. Again, I'm sorry, it does mostly work for lighter skin. That's the one thing about tone-up creams. They are made to make you look light. I'm sorry, that's always the awkward part of those creams. I do find this one does not make you as ghostly. So it works maybe a little bit better if you have a bit of deeper skin tones. But yeah, if you're cool toned like me, I'm neutral, but I lean more towards cool. And if you have pinkish undertones, it's fantastic. And last but not least, a makeup product that also works for us more cool toned. Again, I'm neutral, but neutral, cool tone leaning pale girlies. And that's the JUNGSAEMMOOL Artist Cushion Blush in Odd Mauve. I'll show you a close-up. I think I'm just going to intercut this with my unboxing of this so that you can see the color. But this is a cushion blush that I just kind of saw randomly on the Olive Young website. And the color just instantly spoke to me, because I always look for sort of more mauve shades for my blushes. And I also really wanted a cream blush that blends out nicely. The cream blushes that I've tried so far, mostly from German drugstore brands, very often they tend to get kind of crumbly after a short while. They dry out very fast. And I wanted something that blends out more smoothly and doesn't leave that sort of weird crumbliness. I don't know, maybe it's just also because I'm really not great at application, but I need the most foolproof products that I can find. This really blends out like a dream. It is more on the sheer side. However, I found that you can actually build it up quite nicely. Now, I don't use the puff that comes with it. This one's still unused. I actually just use a stipling brush and sort of staple it on, and then it really blends out super, super nicely. The shade is stunning. It really is a very cool toned, true mauve shade that just makes you look kind of lively and vibrant. It does definitely work better if you're cool toned and if you like that type of mauve, lavender, mauve, pinkish blush. But if that's your thing and if you really like cream blushes, this is highly, highly recommended. JUNGSAEMMOOL, I don't know why I always forget what a great makeup brand they are. I need to invest in more JUNGSAEMMOOL, I think. Everything I've tried from them so far has always been just beautiful. Their makeup bases are wonderful. Their primers, their cushion foundations are also top, really fantastic. And this one, wonderful. I might get another shade maybe because I just like the formula and the blendableness so much. Also, it's pretty much fragrance free, so it doesn't, sometimes the Korean makeup has like a strong smell. This super, super good for sensitive skin. Really, really lovely. And I kind of want maybe another shade. We'll see what I get next. You will see the Olive Young unboxing if I order something again. So those were 4 K-beauty products that I recently got from Olive Young and that have really super impressed me, that I have been loving, where I 100% don't regret the purchase, especially the ABIB one, because that one was free anyway. That was a freebie, but I would have also paid the full price for it because this is a fantastic foam cleanser. All of these are also a little bit underrated, so I just wanted to highlight them and maybe get more people interested in them. Let me know in the comments if you've tried any of them, if you've tried any of the brands, which are also a little bit underrepresented, I find, here in the West. And if you are new to this channel, it would be wonderful if you could stick around and subscribe. I usually do a new video every other week and usually focusing on K-beauty. I do an unboxing usually once a month as well at the moment, or every like 5 to 6 weeks. So that's a silent unboxing, but everything else is just me telling you things about K-beauty, focusing heavily on underrated sort of products or brands that maybe aren't as hyped by the paid influencer crowds because the brands just don't really work that much with Western influencers. So it would be lovely to see you here as a regular subscriber. Also, if you could give this video a thumbs up, that would be great because it really helps the algorithm and to push the video a little bit. And otherwise, I see you again in 2 weeks. And until then, please take care. Bye.